the other day.
Oh, who did it?
Oh God, I can't.
You said it like that. Did it work this time?
Loading the video.
It's not loading video.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. I don't understand why it didn't work last time.
This is some like Mega Man shit.
No, this is Ninja Gaiden, like that edition.
Sounds like some Mega Man shit.
Mussolini recommended it,
I'm sure that guy like.
I like that. I like it. Internet. Whoa. Doritos and Gatorade and Pizza Hut and all that shit, huh? All right.
I like how Ricky just has to keep it there. Just blocks his face.
I barely noticed any difference. Just put a dumb baseball hat on it,
Yeah.
and there you go. That's what I
Ricky
see
is
when I look
simply-
at everyone. Slices of pizza and Doritos and shit. Anyway, Internet, it's Thursday. You guys are watching ATP Live. Big thanks for joining us as usual. I'm here with Rip and Rixta, Nacho Cheese Doritos Rixta. It's like an outfit.
He's a Dorito bag.
Batman. How you guys doing?
Good. Are you still doing your yoga, Eris?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh,
My mom just bought me a yoga mat.
nice.
So
What
yeah,
color
I'm
is
on it. I'm on it. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Especially they have you do some of these weird ones where you're like, you're like all the way like your foot's going here and you know what I mean? Have you done it, Rip?
Yeah.
It's not easy, right? I mean, you
No, it's
tell
not
me.
easy.
You're way more limber than I am.
I am not limber. That's part of the reason I started doing it, actually. And yeah, it's definitely way more difficult than I expected it to be.
Do you do it like every day?
No, I do it. I try to do it 3 times a week now. I just started again 2 weeks ago. Like I took a couple months break and now I'm back on it.
Good shit. Yeah. Yes, to be honest, in the end, I prefer going for walks. I mean,
Of course.
yeah. I don't
Much
know. I
easier.
guess it's a lot easier, but it's way more fun too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what the fuck? That whole DDP conversation threw me off. Evo, dude.
Evo.
That's really what it is. Oh, hold on. I gotta take this shit off. Bookmarks. There we go. That's how it fits. I knew something was weird. Anyway, so yeah, dude. Next week is Evo. I mean, it's gotten to that point where we're already starting to plan the details. Like what time are we gonna meet? When are we leaving? When are we gonna get there? We know the schedules now. And the brackets came out, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So, where should we begin? What do you think, Rip? When it comes to this topic, do you want to start with the brackets? Because I know you were bent out of shape yesterday.
I was never bent out of shape.
Ricky, was he bent out of shape?
Mm-hmm.
You guys were more bent out of shape than I was.
We were not bent. We
You
were
guys were totally
smooth.
bent. I was smooth, and you guys were all getting bent about it.
Well, okay, what were you bent about?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so what were we bent about?
Just my attitude. Shut
Okay.
up. Let's talk about the brackets.
Well, this is the vibe I got.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's. Okay, I'll tell the story.
Hold on, sorry. I didn't realize you were wearing glasses. It's kind of weird.
It's not weird at all, Rick. You
Oh,
wear
it's not
glasses
that
too.
weird.
Yeah. But check it out. So
Hold on.
Evo,
Before you do that, let me just say that I learned my lesson over all these years
Oh
of
God, dude,
tournaments
don't
coming
even.
out.
Just. It's okay. I'm good.
What am I, Tom Brady? You got this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
dude. No, yeah. So Evo released their brackets,
Mhm.
and Tekken Tag 2 is at the very top of the list. Very easy to see. It starts on Friday, July 11th. It's confirmed. Tekken starts at 8 a.m. and it looks like the semis will start at 2 p.m. if everything goes according to plan. They haven't said when the top 8 is yet, right?
I thought Malice tweeted it. I'm pretty sure it's known, right? I saw
I
Malice
have
tweet
no
it.
idea. I have no idea.
It's known.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
known.
So yeah. So what does that mean? It's Friday?
Yeah, it's all. I think it's all on Friday. The tournament is transpiring between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Got it. Okay, cool. So they released brackets, And of course, they said it's just version one, and there was going to be a lot of revisions, and they allowed people to submit feedback. And so, all these pools came out. I went over it right when it came out, so like I actually like saw what everything was like. And I was really excited when I saw all of those pools. There's a lot of hype stuff in there. And they went to round two, they revised it again round three. I don't even know what round they're on now, but they're still revising it. They're still accepting feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go and look at the bracket and you see that, hey, I'm playing my friend and we're coming from whatever, then obviously send in some feedback and they'll try and get that worked out for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was over all these revisions, like I feel like the bracket's a lot more boring now. That's all.
They changed in a way that you don't like.
It's just more boring to me. Like I love one of the things I loved about Evo in the past was just like that's gonna be crazy. I have to see that, And then now it's like, it was kind of like, oh my god, this pool that I really want to see doesn't exist anymore, And it's like, is it because it's feedback? I don't know what it's because of, But it sucks, just because I was really looking forward to it. But it was just version one, so they're at version probably 10 or something by now, and they'll probably keep changing until the event rolls around.
Yeah, I definitely so as soon as the pools came out, a shitload of people tweeted me and messaged me, "Hey, here's your pool. Did you see our pool?" And I didn't even look because all these years, not just Evo, every tournament, when the brackets are released, they always change. And I remember last Evo because historically I've had some really frustrating matches with Tech and Tim. It was a big joke with all the people that I roomed with because they always make that Tim's a bullshit joke that, Tim got moved into my bracket last minute. And of course, I wasn't upset about it. I mean, this is the way the cards unfolded for me, But I definitely remember a last minute change where Tim was put into my bracket because of the shitheads that I stay with. So this is a thing that happens year after year, tournament after tournament. And I don't even look at the brackets until they're at least close to being finalized because I know they're going to change for the very reason that you're pissed. I mean, you could get basically the way I see it is looking at early brackets like that is like just putting yourself through an emotional roller coaster, whether it be excitement or fear or doubt or even, confidence. There's no need for it. It's 2 weeks before the tournament. I mean, you really don't even need to cloud any of your mind with that. That's how I looked at it personally, So I didn't even see the first revision. I saw part of the video that you put up talking about the matches, and I thought it was a good idea to talk about the matches to build hype. However, it's going to change, So I don't know. What do you think, Ricky, about it? How do you feel about the whole concept? Do you really focus on your tournament bracket and the other ones that early?
Man, these Doritos are good.
I believe it. I believe that.
What was the question again?
All right, you blew it. Rip. That's it. That's the end of that. So what was I getting at? Oh, you know what? Yesterday, I don't know what revision you said it was at, but Just Frame James and CQC were apparently in the same bracket, and they told me they wanted to have themselves moved.
Right.
So
I actually looked at it today and I saw them still next to each other. So I actually submitted that feedback as well, just in case they didn't.
Another thing is that, like, you have to consider this is a tournament in Las Vegas. I bet you over 50% of the entrants are going to be from California, right? I mean...
Right. Yeah. At least I don't recognize any of the names. It might be all locals that I don't know, but they're the only ones who come out to win their fights or anything, that are in that bracket.
So, all right, why don't you tell me what matches or pools you were excited about that are no longer happening, that you're disappointed?
I don't even, honestly, they've changed so much that I couldn't even remember, like, what they were before compared to looking at them now.
You couldn't have been that excited about them then.
Oh, well, okay, sure. For one of them was, Ricky, help me out here. I think it was your pool, Eris.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had Run It Black and Anakin in that pool.
And Galo, I heard.
And Galo, and also a Japanese player. Was it Gen Kids, Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
God.
And
just why are you being so obnoxious? Unbelievable.
And now I think that pool, I got that pool now is just you and Galo. Oh, and Still Electric, whoever that is. I heard he's decent. So that's how that pool changed. So I was really looking forward to that one because I was like, okay, 2 guys get out. Run It Black, Eris, and Anakin are the favorites. One of them are not going to make it, basically. And so now it's like, you're a favorite, and Gallo's a favorite, even though he doesn't play the game.
Well,
Like so that to me is, I mean, like I'm sure, like it'll play out so that there'll be better matches in semis, right? I
right.
mean, that's how it's kind of being structured, I guess. But like pool excitement is always interesting, man. Now I feel like it's lacking a little bit. That's all.
Well, okay, tell me this. Would you prefer a tournament in which the big names hit each other in the pools, or would you prefer a tournament where they hit each other in the semis? Because I prefer semis. I want the end of the tournament to be good. I don't want the end of the tournament to have, like, Mickey
Well, the
Mouse
top eight is
operations.
still going to be crazy, and usually what happens after pools, semis, so many good matches going on, you can't watch them all anyway. And like it's not like they just only have one stream set. I mean, you get to watch all of them. That's very rare, I think.
Yeah, but
Even
historically, semi matches are even more exciting than top eight matches because you're trying to get into top eight. Remember your match against fucking Genius? I mean, that was like the best fucking picture in the history of Tekken. There are so many emotions in the background, And that was a semi-final, that was
Yeah,
semis.
I mean that was the match to get to top eight. Though,
Right.
like I
You
mean it
know?
wasn't like this is your 32nd trying to get up to whatever it is 24th or whatever. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean because I know like generally even like on streams you don't stream the loser half of semis. There's too many good matches going on to even look at those matches where people are in these really high tense situations trying not to get eliminated and trying to make top eight still.
Yeah.
So you really don't get to see a lot of them. Even in person, I feel like I don't get to see a lot of those matches. I
It's
remember at
true.
final round, like I was eliminated out of my pool, at the losers final, whatever, and I was watching the semis, and I remember Kyle running black and Incog and James. They were like all playing. I was like, how am I going to watch all of these guys and root for them? It's impossible. You can't do it. So yeah, I mean, semis is always hype no matter what. But I feel like there could also be pool hype, or there was pool hype, and now it's like not as much. But it's changing, and who knows, maybe it'll change back because some of that has happened. Some stuff has people got separated. Like in your pool, there was Red Black, Anakin. They got separated to separate pools, and now they're together in a different pool. So
Yeah.
who knows what's going to happen by the time the event rolls around.
Not to mention, yesterday, Just Train James, we went to the arcade, and the first thing he told me was that Nobi is going. Like, not a lot of people know. It's kind of a secret thing, but Nobi is going to Evo. And when I asked you before the show if you wanted to talk about it, you were like, well, we don't even really know if he really is going to Evo. And, sometimes James, I don't know. He's pretty reliable, right? Now that I
Well,
think about it.
James is reliable, but somebody told James, and that's why James told us. But
Mhm.
we don't. Me and you personally do not know who that other person even is, right? I
No.
don't. Do you know? Right.
No.
So I'm saying for us to say like, hey, it's confirmed, Nobi's coming. It's kind of strange. And my thought process was, Wonky is the guy who's always on top of things with Japan. So
Hmm.
if it's official, like it's confirmed, Nobi is coming, I feel like Wonky would have updated the website.
That's true.
Wonky didn't know about Genkids though. I was the one that kind of noticed it first, and then I told Wonky. Wonky then confirmed it with other people, but at
Okay.
first he didn't know.
So have you nosed anything about Nobi?
I mean, just looking at the brackets, I didn't see any other Japanese players. So
Right.
you know.
The rumor though is that, from what we heard from James's guy, is that Nobi's under a secret name.
Yeah, I mean that's possible. If it's possible, then then it should be a secret until we see him at Evo.
Yeah.
But
So that's gonna make some cool hype, or not. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, Bronson confirmed. Oh boy, man, Ricky.
what the
is
hell just happened?
I don't know.
Was that me? Was that the
Well,
one that dropped out?
yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
You still have audio though.
sweet.
You lost your video.
Well,
Oh.
while you fix that. Anyway,
My
so
bad.
Nobi got confirmed for Strong Style, which of course was like super exciting for me. And then James telling me he's going to Evo. I mean, this is great. That has never come to America before, and now he's coming to 2 tournaments. I don't know. I'm just really excited about that. I hope it's true. And I also hope that, if it's true that he's under a secret name, I wish I didn't even know. It would have been so sick if just boom, Nobi's there. So, and Al is confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Al
can
is
talk about
definitely-
all the Japanese players. I mean, we can find their pools and stuff and show them to people.
For
so
sure.
that
What are the pools?
well, first off, you're gonna have to fix your thing so that it shows the actual pools.
What do you mean?
It doesn't show the first round when you click on the link. For you, because your camera's off.
Oh,
You
I
know-
could just move it, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I can't move it.
Oh God.
How do I fucking
By the
do-
way,
oh, I
Wonky
can make
chat-
it smaller.
There you
Wonky's
go.
in the chat. And he said that Nobi entered Double Cup Master Cup, which is a week after Evo, so he doesn't know. But a week after Evo means he's got plenty of time to get back for it. So that's the way I look at that.
Boy, the size of this shit is really screwing it up.
How can you not move it? Like, can't you just?
It's a window capture. Whatever, that's good enough. Send
Well, all
can't-
right. A3. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Juggernaut is right all up on my face. Okay.
It's
A3 is the first Japanese player, I believe. Oh, no, A2. Sorry. A2.
Kosukep? Oh, A2.
Well, yeah. Well, you can go for that. So that guy, Kosuke, is a Japanese Mishima player, if I'm not mistaken. He's the person that I know the least about. All I know is that if it's the same Kosuke that I think it is, and he's a Heihachi Kazuya player.
And he's playing against Cody, who's
Cody
the
Vu,
Mishima
first
player.
round. And then, also in that pool, I think is another Mishima player, AJ, Shiret Talon.
Yeah, Ryan Talon. He's from St. Louis, right? He's right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
the top 3 in that bracket. And
Damn,
that's the
so
same
all
bracket where
Mishima
CQC
players right here.
And on
Yeah,
the
that's
bottom
the
of
bracket
half
with
of that
CQC
bracket
James.
is James. So James is going to have to face the king of the Mishimas, most likely.
Oh, but CQC and James want to be separated.
Yeah, so we don't know
maybe
what...
James will be escaped from the pool.
Yeah, one of them could not be in this pool anymore, and it would just be a bunch of Mishimas.
yeah.
Huh. Big
Yeah,
Mr.
Kosuke is a
Shine.
Mishima player, so I was right about that, yeah. So I'm pretty sure him and Cody are going to play a mirror match, because I don't think Cody plays double gen either, right? I think he's Kazuya Heihachi, so
Yeah.
Wow.
pretty sure it's going to be a mirror.
That's crazy.
A2 is another Japanese person.
Wait a minute. Before we move on, do you guys know anything about this Isauro Carrizo?
Would you call me?
You know, this guy Isauro Kazizo?
I don't even know what flag that is. I mean, I'm terrible
That's
with flags. to
Taiwan,
begin.
dude.
That is not Taiwan.
Everyone knows that.
Do you see that name? Do you think that's Taiwan?
It's Taiwanese.
I mean, to me, there's a lot of guys that are very, enter a lot of games, especially when they come from overseas. So
Yeah.
I think he might just be someone that is playing Tekken, but isn't there for Tekken. You know.
Gotcha. That's what
But
I like
who
to
knows?
see. I always want to see bleed over, like, oh, we're here at Evo. I'll play it, just support. That's always cool. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, like last year, Dogura entered Tekken, and he's definitely a Street Fighter 4 player. He was a
Did I
Japanese
play
player.
him, Ricky? Is that the guy I played?
Yeah, he played Mishimas.
Oh, did I play him?
Yeah, he played him.
Oh, damn,
You're
I
the
know
one
that was him.
eliminated But yeah,
Cool.
so there's that. A2 has the other Japanese kid. That was the surprise entry,
where is
and
it?
that's he's at the bottom.
Genki?
Yeah, that's Gen Kids.
Who is that?
Gen Kids is kind of like AK. I think they're the same age actually.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
And Gen Kids is a super high ranked, in Japan in the arcades. I don't know if he's a Tekken god, true Tekken god or whatever, but he's definitely way up there.
Really?
So yeah, he's definitely a really good player. But he's still very young, so we don't know how he'll do, especially in an overseas tournament. But he plays Bob and Leo, so that will be interesting to see how he does.
Okay,
and
and then
I-
the rest inside this bracket, anything worth mentioning?
Not really. I mean, there's a lot of players, but I think the only player that I know of in there that's actually a decent player that would probably get out is Adanemo. I think everyone
Yeah.
else,
He's from Seattle. He plays
some crazy characters. I don't know.
Miguel and someone else. Maybe
You don't
Armor
think Nerd
King?
Josh has it over him, dude?
I don't
yeah.
think so. I played.
Wait,
I mean,
everyone-
Nerd Josh is very enthusiastic, but I played him in Tekken 6 and beat him 94 times in a row or something overnight at Brahma's house. I like his. He's got this attitude of persistence, he won't give up. But I feel there's something missing with him. I don't know what it is, but he doesn't put it together. He's got the right ideas, but he doesn't put it together. We'll see. Things could have changed quite a bit. Okay, so that's that bracket. Anything else as far as Japan goes?
There's 3 more players. You want to go through them all?
Yes.
Each bracket. Okay. Let's see. I think B6 is the other one.
V1 has one too.
Okay, we'll do that afterwards.
Okay, Congo Jack. That guy's from Boston, right?
I don't know. I've
He's
heard
good.
of him. Okay.
I've
Tommy's
watched
in
him
that pool
play
as
on
well?
their Boston stream. He knows how to play.
Tommy's in this pool, and Shola's in this pool. But the other player is the guy I hyped up a lot, and then was supposed to play first round, but until all the feedback happened,
Racist
Zegaru.
feedback happened.
Taishi Inokawa.
Yeah, Zegaru. Now I think I know he plays Jack 6 and Ogre. And
Ooh.
if you remember the first Tekken Tag 2 Master Cup, that was when Pikosu reverse OCV'd
Yeah.
that team.
Uh-huh.
He was the guy that took out the first 4 players of
Yeah.
Pikosu's team. So I think he is going to be a problem in this tournament, and that's because he plays 2 characters that not only do a shitload of damage, but I feel like they're great tournament characters.
Yeah.
So I think in this like type of situation, he'll be really good, and so I like him to make it far. I don't know top 8, but I think he'll do well.
This is a pretty buff pool. This reminds me. What?
It's funny because this was way buffer before, because it had not only did it have MYK, it had me and it had Jimmy.
Wow.
Yeah,
that would have
was
been a
this pool
crazy
before.
pool.
Yeah, the pool was nuts, and then then they switched it all.
Now,
Even
it's
though
top-
what's that, Rip?
No, I was wondering who the favorite is now. Like the top 2, if you had to pick 2 out of this pool, it would be like Segura and
I think Shola.
Tomahawk.
I would
You
say
don't think
Shola.
Or Shola?
Tommy,
This guy's good. I'm telling you, Congo Jack is solid. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
never
don't-
know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's
that's-
first round Tommy. We'll see.
that's the thing about these tournaments, man. It's like since you don't know a lot of players, like within your own country, it's like these guys you don't even know who these guys are, especially those guys with no nickname, like
Yeah.
Ricardo Barajas. That could be anybody.
Dude, it's
That could
like
be
the
Nobi.
jobbers, man. It's like the jobbers in wrestling, Macho Man comes out and his opponent's like Joey Jojo. Like, oh, shit, that guy's rough. I mean, the thing that I have to say is Evolution is 2 out of 3. So, we say these names and we're like, oh, this guy is a favorite, but some, like you said, these no names or these people, Derek Banks, like, I don't know, man. These guys could be killers. You never know what characters they use. You never know what kind of crazy, no fucking holds barred tactics they have.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be too hard this is a tournament that's too hard to call with all the flags we're seeing and shit. Okay, so who's next?
B1.
B1.
B1's a good pool. I think this will be a very interesting pool because you have a lot of good players in there.
Okay.
And
we
so the
who
Japanese-
are the ones? I recognize Scary Mashed Potatoes, SMP.
If you go down a little bit, Murad's in this
Ooh.
pool. And for people that don't know Murad, he is Kyle's roommate.
Mm-hmm.
And he got 9th place last year at EVO. He lost to Knee and EBM, which is funny because if he would have beat EBM, he would have been in top 8 playing against Kyle. And that would have
Yeah.
been a sick match.
Yeah, I would have.
But yeah, Murad's really good. He's in this
solid.
pool. And then you got Ao, obviously
Yeah,
this
Ao.
is probably the Japanese player we're most accustomed to because he's been to a lot of American tournaments. So I think he'll do well at this tournament too because even though it's his first Evo, he's the most accustomed to the whole American style tournament. So
Yeah.
I think he'll do well.
And he's also got experience under his belt traveling across the world and competing and winning. So
Yeah, and console tournaments. I think that's a big thing too. Like just if you're not if you're not used to console tournaments, then it can be a struggle.
do you remember the first time he came here for WCG? He was playing with a blanket over his hands so that it would mask the sound.
Oh really?
sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah.
I remember him like him like having like he needed like a big ass box or something like shitload of chairs just to put his stick in front of
Yeah.
him so it like replicated the arcade.
No, yeah, but his first time here was that time when he came with Ryan Hart and Honda for
Yeah.
WCG. And for the WCG tournament, he played with this like blanket covering his whole arms and hands. It was fucking weird, but it makes sense. He's concerned. We're going from a back-to-back situation to you're practically sitting on the guy's lap playing with him. So it's like it's interesting how these guys, the mentality they have. They're scared because it's hard traveling. We've all done it. Well, Rip and I have done it. Traveled across the world and competed. It's very hard. It's stressful. So you're right. This is something that you never know, and I think that's a big factor for Ao. He's done it so many times, and he's very young too, so he doesn't necessarily need the type of sleep and nutrition that us oldies have to get. Fiber bars and shit. So
Yeah,
okay.
the majority of the Japanese players outside of one is fairly young. I think Ao might be like, or Kosuke is probably the second oldest.
Mm-hmm.
And we can go down in this pool. You also got 2 more players that I noticed, which were Tall John.
Uh-huh.
His last name is Math.
Matt.
think
No, it's actually it's
Matthew or something.
Mathy.
Matthew.
Mathey. That must be a typo. John
It was,
Math.
it was funny because when I first saw it, it was just John M, and I was like, so he just added just every day is just adding another letter.
He's got to send feedback. Revision.
So
typos of
John,
feedback.
the other guy too, that I know, I don't know like how good he is, but he's an old name. It's AV2K.
Yeah, he actually eliminated me at MLG in Texas.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I know, wait, but the Tag 2 one.
Yeah.
Who do you play?
Devil Jin and I think either Kazuya or Heihachi.
Oh.
Damn, that's good.
So I mean, he knows how to play. He knows how to do electrics, and he knows how to play. So, and he's old school. He's got tournament nerves. So
Yeah, so that'll be. I think that'll be a good match to watch. Is if both him and Al make it out, their first
Yeah.
round match. So yeah, that's a pretty good pool too, especially with Murad in there too, waiting for everyone.
this name up top, the Canadian Smosler. That sounds really familiar. Do you guys know anything about that guy?
I think his name is tight as fuck though. Kyle Lightning.
Damn, that is the dopest name.
He's a superhero.
All right, well, Kyle Lightning, I'm keeping an eye on him because that name sounds familiar.
Is that the guy
Smosler.
that took us around in Japan Airs?
The guy that kept on saying epic over and over again?
I think so.
This is epic. This curry is epic. Everything was fucking epic. Can I get some epic water?
Is that
Shit's
him?
hot. I remember that guy. I don't know if that's him though. I thought he was. I don't know. I don't know if it could be him.
I thought he was Canadian.
That sounds like a really familiar name. Okay, so this is a pretty stacked pool. What else are we talking here?
Or you want? We'll go over the last
Japanese, right?
Japanese pool, which is Rip's pool, C4.
C4.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of players in here that I really don't know, except for, but there's a lot of internationals, and obviously Kuro.
Kuro.
He's the Japanese guy that showed up last year
Yeah, I
and put
like
Bronson
that guy.
into losers. He definitely needs a lot of chairs when he plays. It's funny because I remember,
He builds a fort.
yeah, dude, because I remember last year when he had to get like 2 or 3 chairs to put in front of him, and because you know how chairs when you stack them up they're still slanted, so he had to play at a slant because that's how it was. He couldn't do it any other way.
All right, I got scratch for Evo now.
Damn,
Damage
fuck up
the
his
chairs.
chairs. Just put a piece of gum under one of the legs so it teeter-totters. Boom. Man, the tactics. That's pocket sand tricks.
I mean, you
Okay.
got another. Oh, you got an Australian guy, Fade, who
Mhm.
I would assume is good because he's coming along with the other Australian guy, MMT. So I assume they're both decent.
And they do
Yeah,
have
no,
an
Australia
arcade
has
scene
strong
over there.
scene. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's that, and then there's France, I guess. Is that
France.
Italy or Zed? I don't know who that guy is. And then there's some guy at the bottom named Rip.
Zed's dead, baby. Rip.
Yeah, that one guy James, isn't he from SoCal, SD or something?
I think Onega James is probably from SD.
And then what about at the top? There's Leon Carter. That's not Leo C, is it?
No,
Leon
Hope
Carter.
not.
Kid
That's definitely-
Kamikaze.
it's definitely not Leo C.
Okay.
Some of these names sound so familiar. I can't remember. Because you play online and you see these names and you ignore them because they're just shitheads. They're not
Oh,
even
also-
people. What?
Yeah. No, Joe Peterson is also in that pool. That's Joe Shimitsu.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Joe
SoCal.
Shimitsu's in that pool with the stupid name.
Joe
That's
Peterson?
supposed to be hard.
Why didn't he
Hard
just
pool
order
we've
his
seen so
real
far.
name? Okay, what are the other brackets that are worth mentioning? Like, I want to look at the favorites. Like, what about
well,
Anakin?
I mean, just start with A1. A1's a good pool to start with, because right at the top you got a pretty good match.
Bronson Juggernaut? I heard about
Yeah.
this one. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
What?
I mean, what do you think about that match, honestly?
I think Bronson's gonna win, but
yeah,
you know,
like,
who knows?
really? I mean, I agree, right?
But you got Tasty Steve in that pool, and he has no flag. He's representing the.
Damn, the hood? Does the hood have a flag?
I guess. Yeah, the flag is nothing. They burnt
That's
it.
pretty crazy. Okay, who else? King of Hearts?
8-5.
I'm just kind of
Leopard.
clicking through all these pools real quick.
8-5.
A5?
That's a good pool.
Oh yeah, A5's good.
Okay. Xanier, who's that? That sounds really familiar.
No clue.
Electrical Steve, who the hell's that? That sounds really familiar.
I'm pretty sure he's a Texas player.
That sounds familiar. Oh, Ryan
yeah,
Hart.
Ryan
we know
Hart.
about that.
Isaiah Butler, that's one of Kay Roberts' friends. I know that.
Cool.
Because he's asking me about this guy Noise Purge, who I have no idea who he is or where he
Finland, right?
I guess.
I think that's Finland or Sweden.
But then
This
the
is-
bottom half of this pool is cool too because you got MMT.
Oh shit, Zanir is inside the chat room. I knew that shit sound. You see what I'm saying? They're around. They're watching these motherfuckers, dude. Electrical Steve could be standing right behind me right now. All right, so who else? Noise Purge. MMT, that sounds... Oh, yeah, you just told me about him. Australia, right?
Yeah, he got 7th in the world tournament.
Keith Mercer.
He almost beat Jimmy that tournament.
Oh, yeah. Okay, okay.
Keith Mercer, I know is a player.
Chat monster, for sure.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
know I think he's pretty. I think he's decent. I don't know. Everyone's decent because
Right.
I don't know them. They're decent.
Right.
also got
Call to Arms, that's Kinto from SD.
San Diego.
Yeah.
And then you got way at the bottom, Filthy Richard.
Mr. Wiggles, the breakdancer? Damn, Wiggles is coming?
No, it's just Mr. Wiggle. He only does one wiggle.
Oh, just
Yeah.
one wiggle? Oh,
Yeah.
weak. All right. Well, and then we got Filthy Rich.
Yeah, which is
Interesting
good.
bracket. Yeah, you know what? I understand the sentiment that you have, Rip, about the hype brackets. You want all the heavy hitters, but I think it's so much better this way. Because if it goes the way it should go on paper, then we're going to have really, like, things are going to explode after pools, which is what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, you don't have to click this one, but A4 has Cade Roberts and King Ray Jr. in the same pool.
Oh, yeah, you guys were telling me about that. What is significant about that?
Cade Roberts thinks King Ray Jr. sucks.
And Cade Roberts is like 14, King Ray's like 8 or 9 or something.
Hey,
You know that's a crazy thought too because like when you get to a certain age when you're playing as someone that's like 8 or 9 you feel like all right well I don't have to try so hard because he's so young, right? How old do you like at Cade Roberts' age? Like he must think like this kid is 8 or 9. I'm not letting this stupid little kid beat the shit out of me.
well, I think that at Cade Roberts' age, you're still in that, like, I'm not hanging out with him. He's a
Yeah.
8-year-old. So, maybe that has something, it's contributing to the hate. This 8-year-old can't kick it with me at recess? Fuck you. So, yeah, I could dig it. And I like rivalries. Okay. Youngsters
But
are going at it.
unfortunately, the way the bracket stands now, King Ray plays Ogre first round.
If Ogre gets beat up by an 8-year-old, ooh, evil. Oh
He's
my
studying
god.
short.
Oh,
Man, I just hope it plays out that Cade Roberts and King Ray Jr. play somewhere along the line. It'll be hard, but I hope they make it somehow.
jeez.
A6, the notable players I would say are Eddie Boymang, EBM, and MYK. They're on the opposite side of brackets.
That's good. Foxstep CEO, he's old school. Hao Rang player. I don't know who he plays in Tag 2, but he's super old school.
What the hell bracket are you looking at?
Didn't you say, what did you say? I was looking at EBMs.
Oh, is that EBM's? Where the hell is he?
What is it, A4?
No, A6.
A6.
Oh, there he is. I see him.
Yeah, Foxstep CEO right there. Matt
Yeah, he's
Salvrig.
definitely old school. I think he showed up last year too,
He's
right?
been to every Evo, as far as I recall. I remember him at the 2010 Evo. So,
Yeah, so
he's around, yeah.
but I would say the heavy favorites are MYK and EBM. MYK lost to EBM last year too, so I think that'll be a
Oh.
good match.
C5 is also a really crazy pool.
Oh, MYK didn't play Christie last year, did he?
I think he did.
He already
did.
played Christie?
Yeah, I think he
No.
mained Christy Lars with that for that tournament.
Okay. And he probably
Yeah.
is going to again, right? I presume.
Yeah,
Probably.
he might have
good running.
to jump to another team if he feels the need to, but I think he knows where his starter team is.
How about this one? This is a Brazil flag, right? Freeze Kang?
I think I
Yeah.
played that guy at final round, and I don't think he's like a Tekken player. He just enters because he's traveling.
Gotcha. Okay. Albert Kahn, that's Tech Combat, right?
Or his brother. One of them.
Okay. And then I know Bad Larry or his brother is somewhere in the bracket. They said they're not going to show up or something. But what else? What are the other ones? I want to see Anakin's bracket, to be honest.
C5,
C5.
C5. That bracket got nutty.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Okay,
That
so
was
we
one
got
of-
Run It Black. We got Beal Deal. Is that Anarchy? Okay. Jesse
Jesse.
Montez. Ooh, K30. He's definitely a Evo troll for sure. He's
Yeah.
the Evo troll. He'll try super hard and do really well if you're not paying attention. So definitely.
And you got the numbskull right below him.
Yeah, the
Your
numbskull.
words, not mine.
Boy, this guy really. We got to talk
Why is
about
he
that.
numbskull?
just because of the bracket, the commentary vulturing that goes on at Wednesday Night Fights now. I don't like that shit. We could talk about that later. One of you guys remind me to talk shit. But okay, so we got that K30 Autocrat, Anakin. I don't know who this Mackenzie Clark is, but she sounds hot.
The guy.
Can Mackenzie be a guy name too?
Not as far as I'm concerned, and if it is in this case, sorry Mackenzie, but I'm gonna be chasing you around at Evo. Blackula, he's from Virginia, North Virginia or South Virginia or something. So he's around, and he's a tournament veteran too. He's definitely got the experience.
He's gonna play against Sukin.
Sukin, yeah, that should be good. Roro, that's the one. Rochelle, that's from Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think
The
so.
Oscar June player, I think.
Yeah, from Texas.
I thought she was Ling. I get them all confused.
I'm pretty sure she's a Oscar player.
I'm not sure, but I definitely know she plays. I've watched her play in that Texas tournament. That Core was in the grand finals. I forget what it was called.
Every tournament in Texas, apparently. I don't think
well,
Core has never been not in the grand finals in those tournaments.
I guess so, but if it was called like Texas some shit showdown, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Vixen Hunter. Oh, Danny Boss. That sounds familiar.
Everything sounds familiar to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you, because there's so many chat names and there's so many names you see online. Okay, so that's that pool. What about who are the other favorites? Majin's pool. Who's in Majin's pool?
B2.
Okay, let's see what's going on in Majin's pool. This is all. I hope this all gets fucking switched up again.
Send a shitload of feedback. You'll have
Majin. Who
Yeah.
else? DVK. Don't know who that is. KTR. Is that the guy from Alaska?
I think you're talking about not him.
JTM?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's not him. Rixta.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Assassin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Corn.
That's L Train.
L Train. That's outside of Majin. I think he's the only other guy that I really recognize in this pool.
Okay, where's L Train from?
East Coast
Midwest somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, really? I thought it was East Coast.
Flyover State City. That place.
But yeah, Eris, is Vernon Johnson, is that Neo X?
That's not. I know that's not Neo X.
Are you sure?
100%.
How?
Because unless he signs up with a
Technically.
different last name, that's not him.
What's his real last name?
Kirkin Vindeldahl or some shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, I just remember that guy because everyone was calling him Vermin instead of Vernon. I really enjoyed my time in Texas. That was good times. Okay, so what else?
You looking for another bracket to look over?
Who are the other favorites? I want to see who they have to deal with. Oh, Incog. What happened to Incog? Oh, and
Incog's-
Bronson and Jimmy. I mean, yeah, Bronson and Jimmy.
We already showed you Bronson's pool.
Okay, what about Jimmy?
Well, Incogs is B3, and there's another Australian guy.
Looper.
Yeah. But outside of most of the players, like I think Incog's a heavy favorite to make it out of this pool. You got Chin Nuts, who I don't
Yeah.
think plays as much anymore.
Not likely.
There's hella
Uh,
guys in that pool, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pantera SD. I recognize that name. Crimson. Probably not the same one.
I see that Crimson name all the time too.
Speaking of which, hey, Genius isn't coming to Evo this year?
When he didn't even come last year, right?
I don't
Did-
think so.
I don't even know if he plays this game.
I just watched a video that he got second in some kind of French major. So he plays. I watched his matches. I don't know. Is there anyone else you guys think is worth looking at?
I mean, you can just
Oh
click
yeah, what's
around.
Jimmy J?
B5.
Jimmy's B5. Jimmy has a pretty. Oh, he has actually one good player in his pool that I think could beat him for sure.
Who?
Kano.
Oh, Kano. He's the guy that put Cabal into losers bracket, right?
First round last
Is that
year.
this guy, Valverde?
What?
No.
No, Kano PR, dude. Mario
One that says
Canales.
Kano?
Keizo? Am I looking
What?
at the wrong one?
No, dude.
B5,
Kano
first
PR. It
person.
starts with a C, not a K, dude.
Oh. B5?
Kano Mario Canales. Can you not see it?
Chris M. Valverde?
Stop saying
Oh,
that
God.
name, you retard.
Salsa Valverde? Where is this guy? Kano is
He's the
K-
third one from the
Love your
top,
freaking
dude.
Chris guy, dude.
third one from the top.
number three.
Oh,
You are
Kano with the C. I caught it. All right, here we
You
go. I
are a
was looking with the
moron.
K. You said with a K.
I said with the C.
I heard you say with a K.
I said
Anyway,
with C.
You
okay,
are an
so
idiot.
Kano PR. You guys are so upset. Relax over there. Chow
'Cause
down on
actually,
some Doritos.
Shior.
Damn. Man, I'm pretty hungry. All right, so we got Kano, and in this bracket is Jimmy J. We're not sure of the rest. Super FX, he's got the Bears. Actually,
oh, I know
think-
this. I know this guy who he's playing first round. Eki
Jedi?
of Wichita.
Who?
He's an online player. I've definitely played him
Oh.
online, and
Raven Yoshimitsu.
he's caused me some problems. So I don't think Jimmy will have problems, but he's it's the internet. It's the internet offline. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Is that Wichita? Where is Wichita?
Fly over Nebraska or something?
Nebraska? I don't
I
know,
have no
but you know
idea.
what I always say about two first names. I don't like it. Darnell Jimmy, and his last name is Jimmy's first name. Ooh,
But it's only one M.
Like
Maybe pronounce it differently because it's only one M. Like
Himmy, Yimmy,
Yimmy, dude.
Yimmy. All right, well, whatever. The point is, we got two names, and the last name is the same as Jimmy's, and the first name is Darnell, which is a very it's one of those red velvet cake names. You got to be careful what you're dealing with. So Darnell Jimmy, I would look out for him. And then we got Jimmy Tran, no J. And all right, that's cool. Damn, where's Dudley? Who's that? Nobody fucks with Dudley. What's this D1 pool? Oh, that's the semifinal.
Semifinals. So you can go to C2. That was Fab's pool, but he's still in it, but he's not going to Evo.
Hey,
so.
what's the story about that? I mean, Rip was telling me. You tell me, Rip. He's supposed to be the host of some shit. What is he supposed to be?
I mean, I just read the Tekken Casino thing on Facebook again just today, and just like an hour ago actually. And it says like, oh, we're gonna have like this 8-man tournament, single limb, and Fab's on the list. And then also it's like, also running the stream will be Fab and someone else. I'm like, I heard Fab's not going. Like, how is that all
I
happening?
wonder why Fab is not going and why last minute. I mean, I haven't talked to him, of course, but that's really lame. I would definitely like to see him there.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we don't know the reasons. So
I heard.
it could be something. I don't know. what it
I
is.
also heard that Bloodhawk is not going. He's kind of a Evo.
He never was planning on going though.
Oh, that sucks. And then a GM is not going either, right?
Well,
Well, who's he gonna borrow money from, dude?
I don't know if that's some kind of a joke. I don't follow, but
it's a joke you don't follow.
I mentioned GM, so both of you guys should talk shit about him right now because I feel like anytime I ever bring the name up, someone's like, "That guy's a piece of shit. Fuck that guy," like nonstop. So go ahead.
Well,
Now's the time.
Well, what I was saying earlier, which is not shit talking GM at all, actually, but this is Anakin's first Evo, right?
Mhm.
And he has never been to a West Coast Tekken tournament, and GM had come out and he had done fairly well, but he hadn't won one before, right? He'd been to the West Coast, I mean, and then when he came to Evolution, though, he never made top 8. And so I was making jokes about that the other day, and I realized like Majin hasn't made top 8 at Evo either, and like, is the same thing gonna happen to Anakin? That to me is really interesting.
Ooh, that's a really interesting observation you just made. So you're thinking that the Evo first timers are having some trouble, but Majin is an Evo long timer, and so is GM.
No,
Right.
Majin's not an evil long timer.
Not long, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
it
wait,
wasn't
I
one,
think-
right?
I'm pretty sure last year was his first Evo.
Really?
I'm fairly confident that's his first Evo. This will be
Uh,
Anakin's first Evo. GM has been
GM
to 2
lost to
Evos.
fucking
Demonic Toys.
Demonic Toy, the guy who had the Hitler mustache from
Mm-hmm.
NorCal. That guy was he double eliminated him, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Deuced
same
him out.
pool.
He deuced
Him-
out GM.
Both him
Holy
and Fab
crap.
lost to NorCal, and it wasn't even like Bronson or Jimmy. They both lost to, Fab lost to Jade, which is respectable.
Yeah.
Demonic Toys.
Yeah.
I mean,
He just laughed.
seriously,
Perfect.
listen to his name, Demonic.
Demonic
Toys.
Toy and the Hitler mustache. I mean, he might as well have been just a troll. He was perfect, and he was also a really like animated, jovial kind of guy too. So it was like perfect. GM was hating life. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I don't even remember what we were getting at. Oh yeah, the Anakin thing. That will he
First
struggle
timers?
because it's first time. Evo's top 8 stage, even though it's on Friday, everyone who's a first timer has come up to me and said, the other tournaments are big, final round is big, but nothing's like the Evo stage. I mean, it's like a fucking rock concert. You know, it's huge. They bring it in with helicopters. So I don't think it's something that you can really be prepared for. It's something special. You know, so we'll see.
We can go over. Yeah, C2 was the pool that I was talking about. Fabs.
Okay.
I mean, outside of Fab not being there, which Ogre did say he's still trying to come. He's just trying to get the time off of work.
Okay.
So I think that's the only thing is just work is holding him back.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, he's in this pool, so. But the bottom half of the pool is really interesting to me because you have 3 players that I believe that are really close together, and they have, and like I think
Who
they're
is it? TMO.
TMO, Sparta, the Boston Paul player, and
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
ZTS.
Sparta?
Yeah.
These 3 are close contenders, you say,
Oh,
huh?
it is Sparta.
Yeah.
I think
ZTS made it out of pools last year. TMO made it out of pools last year. I know Sparta is, he's like always been that kind of up and comer type of player. So I always expect him to do well too. So
Did you just say like Rixta?
Like a Rixta, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's the Boston Rixta.
Yeah.
I like how it's Tekken Smash NYC Fab, and much like the show Tekken Smash, NYC Fab is not gonna appear at Evo. Very appropriately sponsored by a phantom show that never happens, and he also doesn't show up to the tournament. I like that.
That's
Tekken
funny.
Smash, you can always
That's
count on
funny.
it.
Incog's not Tekken Smash. Incog's
No,
just.
'cause he's
Incog.
gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you're Tekken Smash, it's never gonna happen, dude. When is that shit gonna happen? January 12th or something?
2013.
It's coming
Yeah,
soon.
January 12th, 2013. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Ricky, your camera froze with a
Hella.
big ear to beer smile.
Oh,
Anyway.
it's beautiful. All right.
Oh, he's gone.
No, I'm still here.
You're gone.
C6 is the course pool, but course pool seems pretty easy. My camera's still fucked up?
It's like thinking.
Well, Rip's camera's fucked up on mine.
Uh-oh. That
Well,
doesn't sound
mine's
good.
mine's not effed up on mine.
Hey, what was the last pool we just looked at? C4?
No.
C3?
C something. C2.
Jody
maybe.
the Great.
Oh,
Drum FX is coming too, huh? From Atlanta. That's cool.
That's very
which
cool.
pool are you looking at? C3? C3 is good too.
Let me look.
Because it has a lot of players in there that I think could make it out. Sonkin's in this.
Yeah, Goonie,
Oh,
Gamble.
he's a good one.
Yeah, this pool I think is like the silent death pool.
Yeah.
That's the pool I really want to watch.
Yeah, definitely. They're all like a bunch of silent farts. You never know. We got Gamble, Gaguni, Sonken,
Sonkin's also from the hood.
Drum EFX, and Jody the Great. Wow, that is a pretty buff, equally matched pool. I like that.
And some Korean guys named Hyung Kang, star 123 US. I don't know what that means.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
JDCR.
Damn. Hey, so no Koreans, huh?
Nope.
None in the bracket.
Yeah, but
Unless they
could be
pulled the
top
Nobi.
secret. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Nobi thing? You think it's bullshit, or you think he's coming?
No idea. I think it's 50-50.
I don't see why a rumor like that would pop up if it weren't gonna happen. Like a totally
Somebody just
random.
stolen James. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's why.
I'm not sure who James told him, but when I said, "How do you know?" I feel like he said how he knows, and I accepted it because the resource was a good one.
It wasn't good enough for you to remember.
Yeah, but I could barely remember anything. That was right after flower time, so it's hard to remember any of that shit.
Well, it
But-
just sounds like then you just were willing to accept anything.
Nah, man, come on, dude. It must have been either Markman or someone like that,
Nah.
confirming it.
You would
because-
totally remember that.
You would have remembered Markman.
You think
It's
so?
probably. I bet you he Sonkin told me. Come on, dude, really?
Oh,
and
man.
you
if-
and
Oh
you
yeah, Sauce
hearing
on point too.
what does that mean?
Like how he told me to come play him in the tournament yesterday.
Oh,
That
that,
wasn't
was
his fault. That was
bullshit.
James's
That was
fault.
James's
Whatever.
fault.
And,
Internet,
and so you're gonna accept James's fault, James for running ruining Sonkin's day, and then expect him to have reliable information?
we have to tell the internet what we're talking about. For those of you who missed the Wednesday night fights yesterday, the bracket got fucked up. Even though James didn't have anything to do but push one button on challenge, he fucked that up and made it so that Sonkin and Rip played each other
No,
when
no,
they
no,
were
no.
not supposed to.
No. He didn't have to press a button. He just had to look at the bracket and call
He
it.
didn't even
looked
look
at
at it. Yeah.
He looked at it and he didn't bother looking at it right because Sonkin was rushing him. That's what he said.
So Rip ended up playing Sonkin and beating Rip. So Rip got eliminated, but then the match wasn't supposed to happen, and Rip ended up getting second place and got triple eliminated at Wednesday Night Fights, which is
Yep.
retarded. Thanks to
And
James.
Sunken, right after beating Rip, was complaining about how he used all his energy, and then I fucked him up.
He blew his load on Gaguni, man. That's how it works. I've done the same. Okay, so hey, Rick,
Yeah, I'm
Ricky,
gonna be right
fix
back.
your camera. Gosh.
He's gone.
Hey, let's make Tom Brady small talk while he's gone.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Ah, he's
Where's
back.
my phone at? Is that how I make small talk?
That's how Tom Brady does it.
Yeah. One of us has to do it.
Good times. Oh
I'll
yeah,
wait
they're
back.
gonna have MK10 at Evo too. Oh man. You know, for me, internet, I was talking about it earlier on my stream, but I was stressing out a little bit, and I talked to Rip and Ricksta about it yesterday. But the Soul Calibur 2 side tournament, in which the Japanese player Padshen is coming back to get a rematch against me, is at the exact same time as Tekken Tag 2. So I'm gonna be running back and forth playing both games, and then hopefully the Soul Calibur tournament will end before my obligations as commentator for Tekken Tag 2. So the good news is that all of my EVO obligations are going to end on Friday, meaning Saturday I'm going to be time traveling. The bad news, however, is that I'm going to have to, be running around and, playing two different games at the same time against really good opponents. So
Wait. But I don't think. But didn't you say the top 8 for Soul Calibur starts at 5:30?
that's what Blue Boy told me today.
You should probably try to get that changed.
Well, I asked him, and he said they would just hold it off until I'm done with Tekken.
Yeah, but holding it off does not mean, he still
2
has
hours.
to confirm with Mad Cats to make sure that he can
Right.
still get the stage.
I called Mark yesterday, and I asked him, what's going on, and he said that there are other opportunities to run that top 8 during their schedule. So, I mean, there isn't really much I could do. I'm obligated. I have to do the commentary for Tekken, and that's going to take priority. And Soul Calibur 2, as much as I love it, it's a side tournament, and that's really where I stand. But
No. All I'm saying is that you should maybe ask Blue Boy to see if he can get the top 8 changed for officially. Because I'm saying that if it's still in that time slot and Mad Cats is on a tight schedule where they have to run this certain event at 7,
Yeah.
then you're fucked.
that's
Even if
true.
you make top 8. So that's why I'm saying you should at least attempt to see if you can get an official change, not just this bullshit. Oh yeah, we'll hold the match off for you.
I
'Cause
don't
you
know. I don't know. I mean, I've talked to the people that you need to talk to. I've made my argument. I mean, I'm just gonna wing it. There's nothing else I could do about it, man. I mean,
There's definitely a lot more you can do about it.
I've
It
talked
seems
to the
like
two
you're just
people that you
jerking
talked
it
to.
all-
It's okay.
You're
Let
just
him get
jerking
us
it all
over.
away,
It's okay.
dude. Just saying, you're gonna
shut
lose.
the fuck up and fix your camera, you shithead. I've already talked to the two people you're supposed to talk to. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to help you out,
Yeah,
man.
sure you are. Fix your
Yeah.
camera. Help me out.
I can't do it, dude. I don't know how to fix it. I
Jesus
tried.
Christ. All right.
Don't
So
worry, Rick, he won't
anyway,
make you fix it.
that was one thing that I was concerned with about Evo. It seems as though, even though Ricky's not convinced, it seems
I'm not saying I'm
as
not
though-
convinced. I'm just saying I would not trust Blue Boy.
I don't see
Just
why
saying.
not.
I'm not saying he's gonna fuck you over. I'm just
If
saying
he
this.
fucks me over, he's dead. So let
I'm
him
not saying
fuck
that's
me
not,
over.
I'm
That's
just saying
cool.
this. It just seems to be like there's two things that need to combine as one, and right now you're still keeping them separate. You know. what I mean?
Another thing that could fuck me over is definitely if Tekken Tag 2 runs late. I mean, let's not forget,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
like the slowest fucking game on the planet, and winners finals and grand finals are 3 out of 5. So,
What?
oh, you didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, winners finals and grand finals for every single game at Evo are 3 out of 5.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wrong. I don't know.
I remember seeing that. I remember him saying winners.
But I
and
don't.
grand
I
finals.
thought. I honestly thought though that he said that for a particular game and not just every game. So, I think it might have been about Smash.
Now you're throwing a wrench in my gears. I'm not sure. But what I recall is that, it's winners and grand finals. I may be wrong about that. Hopefully it is. That sounds good to me. It's going to take longer, but, we like to see good grand finals. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, there's the Tekken Casino room. That's going to be a really big deal. I've already had a ton of people asking me where to sign up or how to do it. And I'm like, dude, you're asking the total wrong guy. At least ask someone on Facebook, But I don't know. It's gonna be a big deal. USMC Ogre renting out a sweep. I heard
A sweep?
a sweep, and I noticed in the chat that he was talking about how only money matches will be streamed. If there are money matches, they will go like they'll be put as priority. So it's going to be a really dope event. They also announced that they're having 2 levels of entry fee. The first
VIP
level,
room
yeah,
and
go
a
ahead.
normal room. I don't know exactly what the VIP gets you. I think it might be a hand job.
Damn,
Uh,
from
Good.
who?
I don't know.
Cade Roberts. Oh, Gaguni. That's the VIP room. Okay, so
You asked for a hand job from a 14-year-old, dude. That's go on.
well, I mean, VIP, man. What can I say? It's Vegas, dude. There's no rules. Okay, so we got the VIP room, which we don't know what it is. I noticed it said lots of perks. I don't know what that means, but people are excited. This is gonna be huge. It's gonna be dope. So what else? Anything else Evo related?
Just a lot of different tournaments happening at Evo, but
You wanted to talk about tournament prep. I don't know if that's still Evo
Oh
related.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about, and a lot of people have been hitting me up about, is tournament strategy and preparation. A lot of people are like, "This is my first Evo," or "This is my first major," and I don't know what to do. What do you recommend? And I think that there are a few things that I've learned over the past few years that might help. And I'm sure these two guys, they've been to a lot of tournaments over the years. Do you guys have any tips or preparation advice for people that are traveling to Evo? Rip,
Sleep.
that's it?
Number one. I mean, because if you have like an 8 or 10 a.m. pool and you go to sleep at like 6 a.m., because everyone's hyped. You get to Evo on like Thursday or whatever. There's a bunch of people at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
People are playing games in their room. You're like, all right, fine, let's go check it out for a little while.
Yeah.
You end up staying there all night playing games, and then you're having a ton of fun, and then you don't sleep at all. You go to the tournament, you just get like destroyed because you didn't sleep at all. So, get rest. Get your game time in, but get rest. Maybe
Yeah.
get a couple warm up games before you go down to the floor in the morning. If that's how you roll. Otherwise,
good.
another strat I usually have. I go down. I like to watch before I play. Like if I go down to my pool, I want to see what people in my pool are playing. Like I want to see what they're doing in those matches.
Mm-hmm. Get some rhythm. I like
mhm.
that. What about you, Ricky? You got any weird preparation advice?
well, actually, I was gonna say on that sleep thing that if that sleep only if you want to like do well in the tournament. If you don't
Yeah.
really care about the tournament as much, have fun.
Don't sleep. Yeah.
Don't sleep, basically. Like sleep, because it's only you're only gonna have this one weekend to kick it with everyone around the fucking world that plays video games. So just do whatever you feel like is best. But yeah, sleep is always gonna be good if you need it. Especially when you have those early ass pools. Those
Mhm.
suck.
Also, Tekken's only Friday. If you're gonna be the rest of the weekend, sleep Thursday.
Yeah, you
Don't
got
sleep
Yeah, that's
plenty
true.
of
That's
time.
definitely true too.
Yeah. So one thing I have to say about sleep, the thing that Ricky said is definitely true, and that reminds me of when we were in Japan, because the way I saw it is I felt like, we're not going to be in Japan very often. So a lot of the time I was just out walking around in the middle of the night. We were ripping. I remember when we kicked it with that guy Tiger. Holy
Tiger?
shit. You don't
Who the
remember
hell is
that guy?
Tiger?
That weird
See the
night.
I do remember kicking with that guy. I
That
didn't know.
guy
I
was
remember his name.
dope, dude. I remember his name. I'll never forget it. Remember he threatened to kick the shit out of that Yakuza thug with his
Yeah.
cell phone?
The guy kicked a bottle at us.
Dude, that shit was tight, man. I'm telling you, if you're really amped up about being there, and this is one of those situations where you feel very lucky that you are there, yeah, fuck it, don't sleep. And I gotta tell you, on the sleep topic for me, I'm pretty old, and I need my sleep, but for some reason at Evo, I don't sleep very much, and I could still function. So you have to know yourself. It's really a matter of that. For myself, I know that there are some things that are very important. I have to make sure I'm not fucking up. Health issues. Like, I've had an issue at Evo where I was fucking constipated, and I had to play Tom Brady in MK9 with the worst pain in my fucking pelvis because I couldn't take this shit. It was like a disaster.
And Tom Brady couldn't take advantage of that fact. You still
No,
fucked him up?
imagine if I wasn't constipated, I would have fucking ruined that guy's day. But my point is that you have to know yourself. You have to know your own issues. Some people have fucking asthma, or some people have Whatever your problem is, do what you're supposed to do. It's as much a factor of health as it is tournament preparation. If you have some kind of headache or some kind of problem, you're not going to perform. So, if it's sleep or whatever,
Kidney
fiber.
stones.
Yeah. Dude, look at JOP. Last year, JOP arrived in Vegas, and he said as soon as he got off the plane, he fucking passed 2 kidney stones through his penis. I don't know if you know how kidney stones work, but it's a formula. It's formed calcium, and it passes through your urethra. It is an extremely painful ordeal. And this guy, I saw him the next day. He's like, yeah, I passed a kidney stone. Too much Baja Mountain Dew. I was like, just do yourself a favor, internet, and just prepare. Get your fiber, not too much Baja. If you need to sleep, sleep. If you know yourself and you don't really need to sleep, I'm not too worried about sleep. I'll get to bed when I get to bed. It's Thursday. If I want to fucking kick it, I'll kick it. You got to just play it by ear, but just be smart and responsible. Another thing that I really want to mention that I've said many times before, when it comes to tournament preparation, one thing that I always tell people, and Chet Chetty asked me about this recently, is that you shouldn't eat right before, as in within 1 hour of the tournament. And it doesn't really matter what you eat. Like, even if it's a little snack, unless you're really starving, I would not eat anything before the tournament, because as far as I've researched, and it's not extensive research, but from what I've heard, when you eat, the blood is not going directly to your brain. The blood is going to your digestive system. So you're giving yourself the itis, and you don't want that because you're not going to be reacting fast enough, or as fast as you would be if you didn't eat. So this is something that if it's true, then I'm right. If it's not true, I still feel like mentally it might, at least for me, it might fuck me up if I eat.
You know what? It's definitely true, because the other thing too is that you get even in tournament, like when you get a really close match, you get an adrenaline rush, right?
Of course, fight or flight.
Adrenaline has an effect on your digestive system. So if something's in there and you get that like weird adrenaline rush, it's gonna fuck you up way more, just because you have something in there that wants to digest, but it can't because of all that stress you're going under through that tournament match. And so it can definitely fuck you up way more. Like,
that's absolutely true. And you know what? That reminds me, on the topic of constipation, stress is one of the primary causes of constipation. So if you're under stress, your body is not digesting, transferring fluid to your whatever the fuck it is, and you're going to get constipated. Stress is basically, all of us are we're putting ourselves in a situation where we're stressing our own bodies out intentionally. We are tournament players. So when we sign up for the tournament, and if we really care and want to win, we're intentionally stepping in front of the gun, So if you're stepping in front of the gun and inducing this fight or flight, natural defense that humans have, you want to be able to harness it. You don't want to throw it away like Ricky said and just eat some fucking whatever it is. It's going to ruin it, So it's just smart. It's just a smart thing to do, to just do your research, understand your own body, understand how you react under pressure, and just do everything right so that when the time comes for you to play in your pool, there are no foreign parts of the equation that are fucking with your game. At least you will be able to perform the way that you should be able to perform without any weird biological issues interfering, I mean, I'm telling you honestly, internet, when I say this shit about being constipated, I'm telling you, like, it's funny and shit, right? But this is a lesson I learned that was so important to me. I'm never going to forget it. During my matches in MK9, and I got 9th place that year, right? With this fucking pain, right? But I swear to God, it was so bad. It was such a situation that I wish that I had avoided, And it's a lesson. You got to learn from your mistakes. This is one of those things. It's as much about sleep and health and all that stuff as it is preparation and skill, as well as mental preparation. It's not just about the game, There are factors in play here that are out of control. The time, people traveling, there's so many factors. So you have to kind of take all these factors and make them work with you, So, I mean, that's really the best advice that I can give. It's really the advice that I think about. It's really the thing that goes through my head. And a lot of people ask. So that's really the best tournament advice I could give, other than the obvious, do your homework, do your research, do your practice, be prepared. As far as looking at brackets, I'm a huge fan of looking at who your opponent is, but not early. As we mentioned earlier, we know that the brackets are going to change. Stay out of the emotional roller coaster. Don't put yourself through that if you don't need to. You're already putting yourself under the gun, as I mentioned, so you don't really need to put yourself under more stress. You're just going to be even more constipated. So, just do your thing, play it cool, calm, level-headed, and I think it should just work out just fine. The most important thing for first-timers is, this is really the most important thing. Don't be fucking weird, but don't be shy. That's the rule. Don't be shy. Don't be a pussy. If you see people and want to talk to them, be like, hey, what's up? My name is fucking whatever, and I'm from whatever, and, nice to meet you. I play this character. But don't be a weirdo. Don't be the weird guy that, like, Rip and I are like, dude, did you talk to this weird motherfucker? Don't be that guy,
Where you had to
Tell them
run a
what that guy
football
is so they
play
cannot
to
do that,
lose
Eric.
him.
Wow, one at a time, ladies. Ricky, what was that?
No, I was just saying that like that football play you guys ran to lose a weirdo at
Oh,
Evo last year.
yeah. Was that me and you, Rip?
I know I did it with Ricky, and Ricky was all pissed off for a second.
So the play is like, all right, we're gonna take 5 steps, and then you go east, and I'll go west, and then we'll
No, no,
rendezvous back
no.
at the buffet.
No, Rip did the superstar play where he just took the ball and did it himself and left me to dry. And
Oh
so
shit! He's just like, oh, I got my dog's girlfriend's, just fucking boom, I'm out of here. All right, yeah. I mean, there are tactics. Anyway, you don't want to be that guy. Be, don't be shy, but don't be weird. That's good advice. Don't be shy, but don't be weird. Don't be too funky. Just be a normal dude. It's not the chat. You don't need to do kappa face jokes and shit. That fucking numbskull yesterday, boy. Let me tell you. We could get to that later. But okay, so that's one of the topics I wanted to discuss. A lot of people asked about that.
I mean, there's still other parts about that too. The prep
ahead.
thing, I think. Well, you said something about brackets, how you don't look at them early. If you're also like really worried about your bracket, like I suggest concentrating only on your first match. Don't even like if you the second you look ahead and you're like, oh look, Majin's in like second round. So
you
if I
won't
win
even
my
get to him.
yeah, you won't even get to him because you're gonna waste too much time thinking about Majin that the guy right in front of you is gonna beat the shit out of you. So
Happens
take
all
it.
the time.
Yeah,
That
so take
is-
it one step at a time, please.
Absolutely, and that is a tournament strategy that has very little even to do with brackets. It has more to
Yeah.
do with overlooking the obstacle that's directly in front of you, because it's so common and it goes back in time, history, every fucking tournament ever. You can find the one guy who was like, all I had to do was beat this guy that I beat all the time, and I would have made top 8. I've done it.
Cynic?
Everyone. I mean, everyone has had that experience. I can tell you, Rips. Remember the national tournament where you thought you were gonna beat Intel, and you
Oh, yeah.
totally overlooked him, and he beat you. I can
yeah.
tell. I'm strong style against Tim. I'm still being ridiculed to this day for that loss because I overlooked Tim because I wanted to play Rain, and boom. I mean, everyone has experienced that. The worst thing you could do is underestimate the obstacle that's directly in front of you. And let me tell you, in a tournament like Evo, even the littlest piece of shit obstacle is a banana peel. And if you ignore it, you're just going to slip and look like a fucking idiot at the bowling alley, upside down like a moron. Trust me, you don't want to be that guy. So that's definitely good advice, Ricky. I totally agree with that. Are there any other tips like that you guys can think of that might be pertinent?
Well, the other thing I just thought of was don't be bummed if you go 0-2 because if you think about it, half the tournament has to go 0-2.
Yeah, who
That's not even a
cares?
tip.
I
That's
mean-
just something that I just noticed.
I mean,
That's
when-
crazy. You got to think about it. In Ultra Street Fighter 4, there's like almost 2,000 people at Evo. 1,000 people are gonna go deuced.
Is
That's,
that how it works mathematically?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, someone has to get people have to get eliminated. And so
But
that's
that
how-
many have to be deuced?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I mean, yeah. I went on the topic of not feeling.
Actually, wait, no,
bummed.
that's wrong. But
Yeah, that has to be wrong. It sounds wrong.
oh,
But-
500 people are gonna be deuced.
Okay,
So,
close enough.
sucks for them.
But the thing is, that's something that I definitely think is worth mentioning. If you lose, and chances are you will, if you lose, the best way to lose is to examine your loss and not to feel like shit and bummed and just want to put a gun in your mouth. Because I'll give you guys names. There is a guy, his name is Black Skills. He's a Street Fighter player, and he plays Ultra Street Fighter 4. And I gotta tell you, every time this guy loses and he comes outside and he's chilling with the people outside, he looks like, his dog's girlfriend just died. I mean, he just looks devastated. And that kind of an attitude where you're really self-defeating after you've lost you're never going to, every week he does the same thing, right? And you're never going to progress. That's the problem. That's a major problem. When you lose, you have to look at it in a progressive way. You have to look at it as, what did I do wrong? Mistakes were made. What did I do wrong? What mistakes did I make? And if you look at it that way and you're a human, you naturally will get better. You will naturally get better because you pinpointed the mistakes. Once you pinpoint them, then they'll be in your mind. They'll be ingrained. There are some things that I'm not going to say because I'll end up fucking myself over for it. But there are some strategies that I know that I have to do. And when I don't do them at the end of the match, I think, okay, you know where you fucked up. This is exactly what you did wrong. If I leave that match with the attitude of, oh, I fucked up, I could have beat him, you just don't really look at the details and you don't really understand the reasoning why you lost. If you don't do that, you really, literally you left that battle with 0 experience points. At the end of that fight, that shit just did not go up. You got nowhere. And that is such a huge waste of time. As I said earlier, I'm a huge learn from your mistakes kind of a person. And if you can learn from other people's mistakes. This is really the road to the top at anything you do. It's not even about fighting games. It's about life. You look at other people, you look at what they did wrong, and you learn from your own mistakes. If you are just butthurt about everything and you just want a wham burger and some French fries and some wham chops and whambulance, then you're going to be in big trouble. You need to pinpoint the mistakes. That's really something I wanted to emphasize to people who likely will lose. You want to at least get some experience points out of the battle, or else it's a complete waste of time.
Right. And on that topic, really quick, if you ever capture your own match, or if you have a friend there, Eva, who can record your match so that you can do this later, that's so important. I remember I got upset with MYK once because he didn't want me to put his match, and part of his thing is he doesn't like seeing himself lose. You know what I mean? I think that's what it was anyway. So he was the kind of guy who doesn't like going back to look at his losses, and to me that's just it drives me crazy. But actually last night I lost Wednesday Night Fights to Zombie Doc, and at the time I knew I didn't do some things. I was like, okay, those things didn't go right. I fell for the same thing repeatedly. I didn't adjust to that, whatever. But then last night I actually watched it back, and it was way worse than I thought it was when I played it live. And so now, now that I took that time, it sucked. When I knew I lost and I was watching, I was like, I don't want to watch this.
It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, and then
it hurts.
I watched it anyway, and I picked up some stuff. So it's always good to go back and watch your losses, just for those details, like Eric said.
I can imagine those people, those videos where people hurt themselves, like professional skateboarders or whatever. They fall and they break their limbs and stuff. I can imagine that the people that had those experiences, they don't want to rewatch them because they can feel the mistake, And it's really similar. MYK doesn't want to relive that bad feeling of this guy who he probably in his heart does not think he should lose to. But this guy's fucking putting his foot in his ass. It's not a comfortable feeling. But I totally agree with you, Rip. The discomfort that you feel when you're watching that is what's going to make you better. Watching that and watching yourself lose and get beat up and feeling this fucking guy, who is this guy? And he's just fucking me up. It's going to ingrain it into your heart. You're not going to make those mistakes again. I'll tell you this, and this is total honest to God truth. I never watched any of my matches that I lost to Gaguni. I've lost to Gaguni 4 times. And the reason I lost to him 4 times is because I didn't go back and watch those matches. I didn't give a shit. And boom, next time, Gaguni pushes my shit in again. Next time, again. Over and over, he did that until I decided, you know what? I don't want to lose to Gaguni again. This is it. I'm getting tired of this guy with his fancy hair fucking me up. You got to go and learn from your mistakes. If you don't, you keep wasting the battle. I agree. I totally agree with this stuff. It's very, very important. Totally. Okay, well, do you guys have any other types of stuff? Because we're getting towards bitch calling territory.
No, I think it's good for now.
Or anything about Evo or anything else. I mean, I personally am on a serious, serious budget when it comes to Evo. So I'm going to stack up on, snacks, different Cliff bars. You know, those things have like 16% fiber. I heard Fiber One bars. I'm just going to be fucking bowel movement city this Evo. I'm ready. I'm going to get pears. I'm going to get prune juice. I'm going to fucking go all in. You know, oh man, I'm gonna love it. I can't wait. I'm so prepared this year.
Oh, we could just like talk about the general like Evo experience, like what people can do in terms of just like, people that are on a budget or people that just want to like play other people or something. Just because like I know a lot of people, there's people out there that think that going to Evo is super expensive, and I feel like they're outside of the ticket to get to Evo, the hotel, and that's pretty much it. I think everything else is easily be manageable with a small budget.
Absolutely.
It's like maybe a 10-minute walk to the McDonald's.
Here's a great tip. Internet, this is a great tip. Day one, as soon as you arrive to Vegas, wherever you're coming from, look on the internet on your cell phone and find the local drugstore and go stock up on stuff. Water, all the different things that you need in your daily life. Get it from the fucking drugstore where it's normal human prices instead of this little convenience shop with the Vietnamese guy in the casino that's gonna own you so hard. Oh man, the prices are out of control in the everything you'll need for the whole weekend. You're stocked. Our fucking 1 year, our whole bathtub, we had a jacuzzi at Caesar's Palace. It was full of ice. And there was water and booze and shit in there. All kinds of stuff. It was great. I mean, that's really what you should do. It's a great tip, and it will really cut down on your total Evo costs too, for sure. I agree with that. It can be very cheap, especially if you don't want to eat those crazy dinners and shit. PB&J that shit, We're there for one reason. We're there to play. So...
avoid the mini bar in your hotel room at all costs.
Don't even touch it. I mean, that's like if you touch that, you're an idiot. That
don't
autocrat guy's probably all over the mini bar. For sure.
Don't put anything near it. Don't even like play around near there because a little shake and all of a sudden you got $20 gummy bears on your tab.
Yeah. What else? I guess Wi-Fi. That's pretty cool. I like to, the Evo room is pretty like annoying at times, especially for games that like for me, like Smash and KOF and stuff like that. I don't really need to be in the Evo room to watch that. So if you have the opportunity to have like a laptop or something, it's really cool watching the matches that you don't necessarily want to be in the fucking action for. It's pretty nice being able to watch the stream. That's pretty cool.
I disagree with that. Also, I was gonna say if it's your first time to Evo and you only play Tekken, like I would recommend like sticking around on Final Day and watching the other games live on the floor. Because for me, like my first Evo, I didn't know. I mean, I knew about Street Fighter and stuff, and I knew about. I mean, I don't even know if I knew about CVS2 actually. I mean, I knew of it, but like, I had never watched a competitive match in it ever. Same thing with Blaze Blue, etc. And so, I remember all you guys wanted to watch it. And I was like, fine, whatever. I'm not going to go hang up on myself. And so I sat there and I watched and I ended up like really enjoying myself. So, and because of that, like I watch as many games as I can now on the Evo floor. And so if it's your first time there, I think it's like a really good idea just to check out Finals Day and watch as many games as you can.
I can definitely agree with that. Finals Day is a marathon though. So for me,
it's super long.
For me, I pick the ones I want to be there for, and that's what I'm going to watch live. And let me tell you, Rip is totally right. This is not like one of those other majors. Nothing comes close to Evo. The rooms roar. I mean, dude, the Daigo full parry moment, I was there for that, and it wasn't even that big of a crowd when you look at the Evo crowd now. And that roar was like the kind of thing that you hear in Lord of the Rings before they go into battle. I mean, the orcs and it was just like the floor was shaking the way it was roaring in there. So you don't want to miss that. You want to be there. You want to be there and you want to see it with your own eyes. I can't tell you how happy I am that I was there for that Daigo full parry. I was one of the hands in the crowd that was, pumping in the air. Look at this motherfucker parrying all of it. Like those will happen. The big upsets, the crowd's gonna go wild, and you want to be there. And it's not one of those things that you should be like, oh, I play Tekken and I don't give a fuck about anything else. I agree with that too, Rip, for sure. But the ones that you're not gonna make it for, if you're not gonna be a marathon runner for 12 hours on Sunday,
Right.
There's Wi-Fi. There's an opportunity to watch them there too. That's one thing I've started doing. I also always say it's better to stay at the hotel that Evo is being held at. That's one thing I learned many years ago. It's a real pain in the fucking ass, especially if you're staying with multiple people and only have one car, and everyone has to get ready at whatever time to get to the Evo venue at 8 a.m. for some bullshit pool. Just stay at the hotel. It's worth the extra whatever bucks it's going to cost. Sure, you could stay at some bullshit Mickey Mouse like Golden Nugget or something, but it's better. Trust me.
Way better.
Way better.
Way
And plus,
better.
if you're at the Evo Hotel, all you got to do is kind of walk down the halls and listen for the clickety clack, and you can find games. Not that you'll need to if you're a Tekken player because of the Tekken Casino. But you want to be in the middle of the action. This is a once a year event, and you don't want to just be at the Golden Nugget being a loser with the massage chairs. That shit sucks. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other tournament-related tips, we can move on to bitch callings.
I mean, are you doing bitch calls? Or you can do the vultures. Is that part of your bitch
that's my
call?
bitch calling. I'll do that.
Just checking, man. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
My first bitch calling is Ricksta because his camera's still effed up.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
like,
know how.
seriously, dude.
I tried to fix it. I don't know how.
Okay, and my second bitch
Sorry.
calling is
That's okay.
Sonkin, because like yesterday, us three we were outside talking. I was getting flustered, and then
yeah.
that carried over to my tournament, and like MYK almost like destroyed me, but then I brought it back and made it close. But I still lost, and so I was still flustered, and I tried to like walk to my car, like take off my jacket, and, like cool down, and Sonkin like immediately comes out like, "Hey man, we gotta play our match right now. Are you going somewhere? We gotta play right now." I'm like, fine, it's like I came back, and then of course it was like one of those fantastic Tekken Tag 2 matches, and like shit happened, and I lost, and I was like, fantastic, and I honestly was about to go home. Like I was at that point where I was like, I am done. Like you know what? It's gonna be a late night. It's early in the tournament. I could sit here for another 3 or 4 hours, but most likely I'm not gonna get to do commentary or anything. So F it, I was ready to go, and I was actually I think outside when somebody told me I was still in the tournament. And I was like, what? And so then, and then I came back in. Ricky, you guys are bitches.
2 bitches. I like that. Ricky, who's your bitch?
Well, to play off of Rip's bitch calling, my bitch calling is my camera. I don't know what the fuck happened. I can't even see your guys' camera. And I left the call and I tried to join you back in. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, my actual bitch calling is anyone that goes to Evo or wherever in life and they don't shower or wear deodorant. Please.
Yeah.
Evo is gonna smell no matter what. But like, there are players out there. There's a specific person. I don't know who he was because he was just some random guy. This was back when I was still playing Street Fighter. This was like I was playing Super Street Fighter, playing against this Dudley player.
Oh
and
shit,
like,
Dudley?
It was so I didn't notice anything. I sit down and I'm about to play him, and I realize this motherfucker stinks so bad, right?
Dude.
And so I made it. I literally told myself this because at that point I was like, I'm already in losers. I don't really care how far I get, but if I lose the first round, I'm gonna lose the rest of them easy. I don't care because he smells this bad. If I win the first round, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. I
As
don't
fast
care.
as possible.
As fast. I beat him 4-0, and the best part was like he stuck his hand out, so I give him the fist because I don't want to touch him. And then so so we're both he's walking away. I'm behind him, and I'm watching him walk away. And Henry Sen, the guy who owns Chinatown Fair, I think was
Next level battle circuit.
Yeah, he's standing like right behind all the matches, right? And I see the guy walk past Henry Sen, and Henry Sen, like, you just look at his face, and like it's a delay reaction. It's like you see him walk by a little bit, and he just gives that weird like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Yeah, it was just it was like a sour smell, and I was like, yep, I had to sit next to that. So anyone that goes to there's an anime expo, this Saturday. I'm sure that stinks like hell. I'm sure, just This is just not just wear deodorant at least, please. Shower is optional. It's just deodorant at least.
It's not optional.
It's
Yeah,
not optional.
but
You know-
seriously, just don't stink.
I mean, all these tournaments, you said it. Evo's gonna stink no matter what. All the tournaments stink no matter what. The best thing to do is to be able to play through it. I feel like I've been able to. I can like shut off my nose, and when I'm at a tournament, I'll just, unless it's something brutal. Sometimes it's like it penetrates still, but
That one was a penetrating.
yeah, it infiltrated, you know. But yeah, I agree. I mean, dude, come on, man. It's like one of those. Be a human, you know. Fuck. I'm not even that guy that is always talking shit about the smelly people at tournaments because, dude, it's like talking shit to a turd for being brown. You know, it's like a dog for barking. You know, it's just the way it's gonna be. Ricky said it. It's gonna smell. But don't be a bitch. He's right. Don't be a bitch. I mean, dude, just don't be a bitch. That's it.
Wait,
Put
dude,
it-
what is their strat? I mean, I've never actually thought about it. Like, do they actually think like, oh yeah, anime is coming up, I ain't gonna shower.
Well,
You know
you know
what I mean?
what I
Like-
thought of when he said that? I remember hearing about MMA fighters that intentionally don't take a shower for 1 week up until their fight so they can smell like shit during their
Ew.
fight. So the guy they're fighting against is really getting up in the schmegma and, you know,
God.
boom, you know, you got an advantage. This guy, you're standing 69ing with this guy and you smell like shit. So I don't know if there's some psychological warfare going on there or not, but
Ew.
don't be. That's like too deep. I mean, that's
There's
too
another
deep.
story though. Sanchez told me this story.
Let me hear
So
it.
Sanchez says like there's this one person, a chick. I don't know who she was, but she like I guess she always like had this weird bo stench,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like I guess she drank a lot of like like monsters or whatever. So it just was really like a really like foul odor, right? I guess she hugged him one time. And then like he had to throw the shirt away. Like
Damn!
he said he liked that shirt and he had to throw it away. Like someone Jack the Sagat player from Wednesday Night Fights.
Mm-hmm.
Like he saw Sanchez like freaking out. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then he throws Jack the shirt. Jack smells it. He's like, oh, she hugged you, huh?
Damn, that's rough. Left her mark.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's tactics or not, but that shit's gross.
Yeah, it's rough.
Wow.
Please, just at least deodorant.
Yeah, for sure. My bitch calling is, well, first of all, my bitch calling is commentary vultures in general. And what that is people who just hang around the mic, and as soon as no one's around, they just fucking sneak attack the commentary chair and sit down and just start sucking at fucking commentary, just blurting out dumb shit, right? I can't stand that, first of all. But I don't get involved usually because it's not my problem. It's not my stream. You know, it's nothing. But yesterday, I feel like we could have. There were several occasions where Rip, Rixta, MYK, or myself could have jumped on commentary to commentate and, you know, I think provided some entertaining matches for you guys. But instead, there were vultures on the mic, and whoever they were that weren't us four, I consider vultures, you know, so whoever it is, you know, and they were on the mic preventing us from going on because we don't want to be dicks. All of us agreed we don't want to just be like not letting these guys be on the mic. It's not even our stream. If it were my stream, let me tell you, if it were EWGF, I would have told that autocrat guy to go fuck himself immediately. Like, before he even looked at the mic. Don't even think about it, motherfucker. Don't even look at that microphone, you know? But it's not my stream. So, my bitch calling is all of those guys. Any one of those guys at Wednesday Night Fights who grabs the mic and just starts dilly-dallying. If you're gonna get on the mic, at least don't say dumb shit. At least don't, like... You know, I did commentary with that autocrat guy for 5 minutes, and not only was it Bad Joke City, but it was also like, the whole time, it was like, Rixta fucking sucks, Rixta's never gonna win, Rixta sucks, Gaguni's gonna win, Rixta sucks. And I was just like, okay, you're talking a lot of shit, you suck, So it doesn't really seem very warranted. And you're not being funny. I mean, if you're going to talk shit and it's going to be absurd, like kind of how when I call Kenny fat or something like that, that's kind of absurd, right? Because I'm pretty fat. But, I mean, at least try to make it humorous. There's zero humor going on. So the way I see it is, this guy should be banned from the mic because that shit was ridiculous. I really think it lowers the quality of the matches for everyone watching. Internet, if you disagree with me, boom, let me know in the chat. If you agree with me, boom, please, capital letters that shit. Because I know I did not like that shit at all. I think it sucked. And especially because there were perfectly good commentators sitting around thinking, oh, we don't want to hurt any feelings by kicking this guy off, you know? So that's my bitch calling. And
I looked at the numbers yesterday. I don't know if it was accurate, but it looked like there was like 50 people watching, and so I was kind of surprised, and I kind of wonder if it was because of the commentary.
I don't know.
Wow.
That's
But-
not a lot. Usually we
Yeah,
get
that's-
like 300, you know?
Yeah,
200-300.
and I mean the problem with it too is like he's like when I was watching him like commentate, like I've never heard his commentary, so I can't really commentate on that part. But
Neither
like,
had I, but go on.
He's looking down on his phone, like, because he has the chat up. Like, he wants to basically be, in the chat, but not in the chat. You know, and it's like, I understand that aspect of it, but it's still like,
There
He's
is,
funny.
I'm at some point in my life, I'm going to do some kind of how to be a commentator type of a thing, because really there are some ground rules that people have to focus on. If you're a newbie or a fucking just a random, and you decide to vulture up the microphone, there are some ground rules. You know, if you're gonna do it, don't make everyone hate your fucking guts. Everyone will hate you. You know, I'm trying to do you a favor, man, including myself. You know, so don't be a bitch. This is another one. Deodorant, don't be a bitch. Commentary vultures, don't be a bitch. I mean, dude, we're calling it a bitch calling segment for a reason. You're a bitch. Don't be one. You know, so
try not to be on this segment.
yeah, don't be on this segment, dude. You don't want to be on this segment unless it's a reverse, which is not even part of the segment. I'll play that song right now if you do that shit. Anyway, so yeah, let me give you guys the opportunity to plug your shit. Go ahead, Rip.
All right, you guys follow me on Twitter, REEPAL, and you can catch me on Omegle.
On what?
Nothing. Go on, Rick.
What?
You got it.
Go
Go on.
What the hell was that? Omegle? What's Omegle? What the hell was that? What is this? What the hell's
right.
going on?
Follow
Okay.
Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at Rick Steezy with 3 E's. Also follow twitch.tv/Tekken. That's it, Tekken, because I'm pretty sure that is the channel that they're going to be streaming all the Tekken Casino action from. So next weekend during Evo, when Tekken's over, you can be watching that stream for all the Tekken, and also watch Evo. Don't be a bitch.
Watch Evo. The USMC Ogre's channel is what is it?
Ogre of Manly Cade something.
Ogrecade _ of manliness, something like that. He's always streaming
I'm
stuff.
pretty sure there's an underscore in there too, but
Another.
but
go ahead.
he
go ahead.
did say he's streaming on the Tekken channel. So
Okay, yeah, but that's a separate channel. Twitch TV /
yeah,
Tekken is supposed to be what the casino is. And then another thing I forgot to mention. So last night's tournament at Wednesday Night Fights is going to be the last tournament that we have at Super Arcade for what I'm guessing to be at least 4 weeks. Watson told me 3 weeks, but I know how things operate around there, so I'm guessing around 4 weeks. He said we can't afford to be closed for that long, but I mean, he was saying that when they were closed last time, and they closed for like 2 months. So we'll see. You know, I'm not sure how long that's going to go, but one thing I know for sure is they're doing their renovations, and we're not going to have Wednesday Night Fights from Super Arcade. At the end of the tournament yesterday, Vietnam Tom said that he's going to try to have Wednesday Night Fights at his house. I'm not sure how that's going to work. He said he's going to invite strangers and everybody. It's it's a free for all. I wouldn't do that if I were him, but he said he will. Also, I've heard he has cats. So I'm allergic. You know, cats are cool. I like the gifs. They're funny. But
take some Benadryl, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
A
That sounds
shitload
like,
of Benadryl,
that
and you'll
sounds
start
like
hallucinating.
jumping. Damn. Hallucinating? Where do I get some Benadryl? All right. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but his channel is twitch.tv/SoCalTekken. He always streams Wednesday Night Fights, and He's gonna try to stream Wednesday night fights if it happens from his house. So keep your eyes on that. So that's
Do you
not
know?
gonna.
Do you know if he wants to run on Wednesday? I feel like he could probably get more players if he ran it another day, like Friday.
I don't know. I wouldn't go if it were on Friday. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't, but I'm sure a lot of extra people would.
I don't know. It's usually, to me, it feels as though if you run a Friday tournament, you get some people, but you lose other people. And it
Yeah,
turns
of course.
out to
You're
be
gonna.
the same.
That's gonna be the same regardless of what day.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. But either way, you guys should definitely keep your ear to the rail or whatever the saying is on that one. What other fucking streams are important to mention? Oh yeah, let's not forget about Strong Style. All this hype about Evo is next week. Strong Style is in September, and it's just becoming a huge event as well. So that's really cool. And let's also not forget about the Flying Wonky fundraiser. He's trying to get to Strong Style, which is in NorCal from Australia. I'm not sure how it's going, but he was clawing at it. So that would be really cool if you guys could help him out.
Hey, so no show next week either here, right?
I'm leaving to Evo on Thursday, probably early. So chances
Us
are,
too.
yeah, all of us are. So chances are we're not gonna do ATP Live next Thursday. We will
We should
do
do
it.
it. We should do it on the road while we're driving.
We should do it
there.
at Evo.
Damn, at Evo? How is that
Fuck.
even possible?
Fuck that! I ain't doing that at Evo.
Yeah, really. I got better
wasting,
shit. To
wasting
do.
my time talking to you morons.
I
at
got
Evo.
bigger flowers to look at than that. So Evo is gonna be so sick. Kicking it with Arturo Sanchez is always so funny. Anyway, internet, I can't tell you how excited I am. Next week is like every year there's only one thing I wait for. It's just Evo. So it's here. It's the time. I can't wait. We'll see you guys there, internet. Show's over. No cutoff. See you guys later. Take it easy.